What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Idiots Talking Podcast, 6th episode, I do believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That's 6 weeks since we do this every week, so it's going pretty well. Yeah. Today, are we going rabbit holes? Is that what we agreed on?
We're doing a rabbit hole.
Yeah, but first,
which is not a rabbit's butthole. It's just what it means is we're just doing an off the cuff conversation.
Brayden, all I did was research rabbits' butts.
That's your problem, kid.
Okay, tell me what's been going on for you this week.
Okay, I have 2 things written down on my list. The first one is literally nothing.
I see.
Literally nothing has happened this week. And number 2, I'll give you one educated guess.
A date. I'll go for it.
It was Champs Night. Duh.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me a hint. I already assumed Champs Night happened.
Oh.
You're like, I'll give you one educated guess, and for some reason I interpreted that as I'm going to give you some information, and based on that, then you can guess. Oh. Sorry. That is my fault completely.
Oh, yeah. Champs Night happened this week. It was pretty lit. The sliders were fire. It was pretty good. So,
I've had an absurd amount of stuff happen to me this week.
Yeah, what's your week?
Okay. First, I'm going to start off with my webcam. Right now, I'm using the same webcam as always, but as I said last podcast, I do believe that I had a webcam coming. I can actually just grab it and show it to the camera really quick. It's a very similar webcam to what I have now, but the problem is they advertised like an FPS, and it was a lie. I came in expecting 30 FPS, and I got 20, which is that's 2/3 of what I expected. And then also, it's not. I can never remember what it's called. Like the speed at which it captures a frame is very slow, which means that the image would be blurry. So pretty much, I'm returning it. I was literally in the process of writing a thing to Amazon telling why I would want to return it, like right when we started talking.
What is the webcam? Throw some shade.
Throw some shade. It's I have it up. Caton 8 megapixel CS mount varifocal 2.8 to 12 millimeter Sony IMX 179 mini box case UVC OTG 8 megapixel USB 2.0 camera for the Android, Linux, and Windows. Yeah, but it showed multiple different resolutions and FPSs it can work at. It doesn't do half of the resolutions it says, and the one that I needed was one that it said it could do. And I was like, well, let me just kill myself. Because I was hoping that I could, with the bigger pixels, or more pixels, be able to zoom in and edit more. But if I'm getting a really blurry picture and way less FPS than I thought, it's worthless to me. So try to
you know what I
that.
just actually remembered? I did something else this week.
Oh, tell me, since I've got so much.
On Sunday, I went over to my friend's new apartment, and I spent some time with her on her birthday, because, and she has a really nice place, and we're talking, and we're going to start doing monthly movie nights. That's going to be fun.
Ooh. My roommate works at the Rockwall, and they're trying to do movie nights over there.
We're starting with Star Wars. Because I've never seen Star Wars.
Okay, I was about to ask because I know there's a few things that you've never seen. And then I also have to remember what Jonah's never seen. Too much stuff to remember.
Yeah. Oh, Given, I just remembered something. We need to make an announcement.
Guys, we have an announcement.
All right. Do you want to say the announcement, or do you want me to say the announcement?
I don't know what the announcement is.
It's the fact that this podcast is now going to be a video-only podcast on YouTube.
Oh. I mean, yeah, we used to put it on SoundCloud, and then SoundCloud was like, oh, wait, you're uploading too much stuff per month. You have to pay billions of dollars. And I'm like, I make zero money a day.
I know.
So, yeah.
So for the foreseeable future, we are a YouTube-only podcast.
Which isn't too bad.
It's not bad.
I mean, with phones nowadays, you can have YouTube playing without watching it anyway, which is what I do for a lot of podcasts I listen to. So
that's because you have YouTube Premium.
Oh yeah, I guess ads playing. Do ads still play if you have it? Oh wait, do you only have premium? Can you only watch it without the application open if you have premium?
Yeah.
Ah, I see. I guess I just got that rich man swagger. Not really. I got the family deal.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
What else has been happening for you?
What else has gone on?
Oh wait, I remembered something else.
Let me go first. We'll take turns.
Okay.
Oh goodness. Another thing that happened is I did a 24-hour animation challenge. So, pretty much at 12 on Saturday, there's a bunch of teams gathered in a room, and they were like, this is the theme of what you have to animate. And then you had until 12 the next day to make an animation and turn it in. And it had to be like at least 20 seconds. And, our group actually did decently. I was really scared that the other groups would be making Disney quality stuff, and then they had stuff the same quality as us, and I was like, I'll take it. That's more of a chance to win. I mean, I was proud of us anyway because we did better than I thought we would do. But
do you mean Disney like 2D style animation or 3D style animation?
Disney 2D.
Okay.
I mean, I just it's like there was more post stuff going on than I thought there would be. I thought everybody would be like drawn like billions of frames and that's all they would be doing the whole time, and thus they would have a really smooth looking animation. And where ours we had that going on, but we also had what everybody else was doing, which I didn't think they would be doing, which is just in the editing software, like moving your character and stuff. So pretty much this is my first animation challenge, and it was on par, I believe, with like people that have been doing it for 2 or 3 years. So I was very happy. Yeah.
What did you win?
We don't know for a week, and it's already been a week. It's really annoying. So, I mean, I'll tell you next week. I guess I should have an update.
Wait, what's your prize?
Oh, that was the other thing. So he comes back like 4 days after we turned it in, and he's like, okay, guys, so I just wanted to update you a bit on the prize thing. So he tells us that he used to work with the guy who, like, did all the money stuff, and so before he could have just thrown money in our faces. But now that guy has, like, moved up in ranks, and there's jobs spread out and whatever, and we can't have something that, like, directly correlates to money. So like really? I can't have an Amazon gift card or something. Yeah, we can't. It's so dumb. I'm like, what am I even gonna ask for? Hey, can I get an A in all my classes? Like, I honestly just don't know. I was just expecting to be like, okay, guess it's time to buy some stuff on Amazon.
Ask for a girlfriend, dude.
Excuse me, Mr. Animation Head, if you could arrange a marriage for me, it would be much appreciated.
I remembered something else I did,
Tell me.
and I remembered it by looking at my face. So I have been growing a beard for like 2 months, and I was sick of it, and so I decided to shave and leave a goatee. Comment below what you think about it. I think it looks.
I wish
good.
I could see it right now, and also know how to hold my face. I shaved off the sides. There we go. I was gesturing.
That's basically my week.
Okay. Dude, I still have so much random stuff to talk about.
CJ told me about one thing.
Oh, yeah. So, I am setting up stuff so I can get an apartment next semester. I offered CJ to come in, but he was like, oh, money, chicken strips, even though he easily could have gotten, like, it was just $200. It's like no money.
Really? But isn't he? He's not doing it? He said he was still a maybe at that point.
Nope. I told him he needed to get back to me by a certain point. He called me the day after I told him about it and was like, oh, I'm having loans. And it's going to be like $5,000 less than if he was in the dorms, if he got this apartment. But he's still like, oh, I can't get $200. I'm like, you easily could. So I just hung up on him. And he just never got back to me. So we signed up for random roommates.
Word.
Yeah, it's just CJ being CJ.
So it's you, Jonah,
And 2
Who
randoms.
else? Okay,
Yeah.
two randos.
Yeah.
I hope you don't get weirdos.
We're gonna get weird. No, I have no idea.
I hope you get
I feel
2
confident.
females that are
That is a
single.
possibility, I do believe, because I know you can be roomed, with like other gendered people, and on the roommate sign up thing, for like how you would keep it, it didn't say anything about gender, so there is a possibility that we could.
So is it like? Wait, so it's like is it like an actual? You say random roommates. So is this like a apartment?
No, okay, it's like
From
a
Bradley?
flat. Yeah, it's through Bradley. You have it's a flat. You've got like a living room area, a kitchen area, and then a hallway which leads to 4 rooms and 2 bathrooms.
Okay.
So I will actually be able to cook stuff now. So that's dope.
Yeah, because I've been in your dorm, and
It's pretty small.
It's like someone's like walk-in closet.
I am excited because now like I can have like people over and
Parties,
we'll actually
dude.
have a space.
Dude, when
Party.
when me and Ricardo, if we come to visit again, dude, parties.
We could
all
get
day.
litty.
Dude, you can get litty, titty in the city.
And that other one. Okay. I guess some other stuff with the apartment leasing. So me and Jonah, we both walked in like a few days earlier than like when we actually had to have our stuff. And we're like, okay, tell us what happens. And they're like, okay, sign all this stuff. And so we signed all these papers and talked with them about it. And then they're like, okay, so you need to come in really early on this day because there's going to be a ginormous line. So I on the day, I leave class and I like grab a coat and I immediately go to stand outside in this line. And I stand outside for like over an hour and it starts snowing and it was already cold. And then me and Jonah both thought that we would be looking at apartments, like, because, you know, they're on different floors, they might be set up differently, and then I give them our stuff, and they're like, okay, we'll call you in 2 weeks, and me and Jonah were, like, building this up in our mind, and then it's like, you won't know for 2 weeks, and I was like, oh.
I would hate that.
I guess that's how the cookie crumbles.
Dude, I want cookies, man.
Other things that's happened this week, I got a job.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
I told you that I had like an interview thing. Or did I tell you I had that job?
I don't remember.
Well, I
You
like
said
got
something
my
about a job.
yeah, I got my fingerprint scanned and stuff. So I think it might actually only start next semester though, which I was not aware of until I think I was rereading the email. Let me see if I can pull it up so I can tell you what I'm referencing. Right now,
you said you're working in like the gym.
it's
like
the Renaissance Coliseum, which is just imagine a basketball court with like a bunch of bleachers. So like where college basketball would be played, you know. But there's other events and stuff held there. Okay, let me see. What does it say? There are several things I would like you to get done before the end of the semester so that we don't get any hiccups in the fall. Yeah, so I did all the getting my fingers scanned and getting those papers signed, and then I realized that I get the job next semester, which is fine, but I was not aware.
You just have to whore yourself on the street for another like 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I have been doing for money.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, like, just money. I have... Yeah.
Speaking of which, whores.
No. I'm like... I have a little scheme going down where I get a little bit of my money back from, like, what I paid to the college. And with it, I am getting Jonah a gift that I think he would use a lot. It's just a Bluetooth speaker, but, like, he always has his computer out at the rock wall where he works. And he's usually watching stuff in the room on his computer. And if he could just blast, like, whatever music or whatever he was watching, I think he would like that. So,
Dude, get him one of mine.
Those. What, one of yours?
It's an Ivation Acoustics. It was like $60, but it works, dude.
I mean,
I dropped it.
I'm getting a $25 one, but it's like the best rated on Amazon or something. Amazon's Choice, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Wait, there was one other thing I think from my week. Brain cells. Oh, and there's an e-media job which I'm trying to get, which would definitely be this year. And I need to have references. And Mr. Roddy is pretty much my only reference. Like, he's the only person, like, an adult with a job that is like, yeah, this guy can edit videos. And so I need to talk with my animation department head on so he can vouch for me. But, you know, we got to talk first since we don't know each other too well yet. So
Word.
I have a meeting.
Wait, Mr. Roddy or the guy?
The guy. Mr. Roddy's already like a reference. You know, he's got my back, but I need to have 2 references. So, excuse me. I also had to edit a video portfolio for it, so I just smashed a bunch of clips together that show that I can edit.
Okay.
I think that's all. I think that's all that's happened for me this week.
I mean, we've been talking for 16 minutes and 28 seconds, and it's all been about
me. Thank you.
Your
Thank
week.
you. Thank you very much. I know. Dude, my week it's been so hectic though. Just all that stuff.
We could talk about how we were affected by the polar vortex.
What in God's name are you talking about?
The super cold -50 weather.
Oh, I wait. Did we already talk about this?
I don't think we did.
Are you sure? I was like, I walked 3 hours in the snow to GameStop. Wasn't that with you?
I don't remember.
Do you remember me saying that?
I don't think so.
Well, then I walked 3 hours through a bunch of snow to GameStop.
Why?
Okay, so Jonah doesn't have his PS4 and he's trying to play less games, so he was gonna go return them, and so I was like, well, let's go return them, and then we hopped out the back, wibbly wobbled in our snow coats over to GameStop, which is like, hold on, I can actually find out how many miles away it was, but it took forever. And then we came back and he had $10.
Word. Hey, that's a meal, dude.
That's a meal. Okay, directions to GameStop B. Your location, it says it is, spaghetti. This is the route. 4 miles. Wait, hold on. I guess. Oh, wait, 2.9? It shows 3 options. One of them is 4 miles long and one of them is 2.9. Why would they give me an option a whole mile longer? Pfft, so dumb. Yeah, we took the 3 mile way, but still. 3 miles through all that snow. Yeah.
So yeah, so for those who don't know, we live in like northwestern Illinois, where it was some of the coldest.
They're gonna track you down and murder you now.
I mean,
they already know where we live.
No, thing is, they could track you way easier than I can because we talked about Bradley. So they could just say,
"Whoa! Did you just say the university that I go to? Do you want my address?"
We've already talked about it.
I live at 1312 West Chicken Strip Lane.
I live on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Fake Street.
No, what is it? They always have like a go-to. It's like Marigold or something. I don't know. Okay, wait. What's? We live out in the Bronx. That's not the word. Out in the country.
The boonies.
The boonies.
I mean, I live in town.
I live in the boonies. So how's the? I do believe it snowed. I know there was a big snowstorm over. Did it snow more or less over there? Because I know during winter break it snowed more in Peoria.
Dude, over here it snowed. We had like 2.5 feet of snow.
Oh, then it snowed more over there during this one. Impressive.
Dude,
that makes me
ridiculous.
jealous. Dude, I really love. Go for it.
It was like up to my knees, and I'm a tall guy, so.
I was gonna say, dude, my farm, when it's completely covered in snow and the creek and the trees, it's just beautiful, and I love just walking through that. So I'm kind of jealous that I wasn't there.
Yeah, but your driveway sounds like it's actually dangerous in the snow.
I mean, we have a plow, so we can. Just
I
plow
bet you
it.
do have a plow. Plow it, Daddy.
I saw a Key and Peele video today, or last night. It was hilarious. I might link it to you. It was like they were both at the gym and they were portraying some people that had come to America, and they were at the gym checking out ladies. And, like, each time they would talk about, like, they'd see a lady, and they'd, like, obviously make it all dramatic and weird as a joke. But then afterward, they'd be like, oh, what would you do to her? And then they'd, like, gesture with each other in, like, a very homosexual way. And I thought that was the main joke of it. And I was laughing anyway, just at that part. Just because, like, it's supposed to be two characters who, like, aren't even aware what they're doing. And then, like, right at the end, two gay people walk by in the gym, and Key and Peele are like, oh, those homosexuals. And they're acting all disgusted when they've been, like, very obviously doing homosexual seeming things. And it's just, like, the lack of awareness of the characters was hilarious.
That actually sounds kind of funny.
It was funny. My explanation wasn't as funny as the video, but the video was hilarious. I died.
So, I was thinking, we've been trying to get our friend CJ on the podcast forever.
But he's a dope.
He, like, sleeps.
He sleeps.
Yeah.
I never sleep. That's why I always am on this podcast.
And, like, you were saying Jonah was interested.
Yeah.
So we should get him on.
We'd have to, see, the thing is, I might be good next week, but this week I didn't have a single chance. I was running around doing everything this week.
So maybe next week we'll either have CJ or Jonah on the podcast, which would be cool because I haven't actually met Jonah properly.
Oh yeah, I guess last time you were here, CJ was my roommate. Didn't even think about it. Well, guys, we've been talking about ourselves for quite a while. Let's continue with some rabbit holes. Hit it, Brayden. I don't know what this is.
Well, that's exactly what a rabbit hole is. We're just talking.
Yeah, we just talk. Guys, we've been talking about the topic this whole time and you didn't even know.
That
Genius.
is the topic.
A genius.
So how are your classes going?
Okay, so another thing that happened this week is while doing all that stuff, I had to write like a small paper, but still one. Like I don't write bad papers, so I had to think about it and take effort and do that.
Wait, how long of a paper?
It was like 3/4 of a page, but I banged it. It was amazing. And then we had to turn in an online version and then one into class. And I go to print mine as I'm rushing to class after like just having filled out papers with Jonah. And I like send it to the printing website. I go down to the printer and it's not available for me to print. So I load up the website and it's like, you're 8th in the queue. And I'm like, what in God's name? My class is in 10 minutes. And so I'm sitting there and it just very slowly ticks down. I email my teacher that I'm going to be late. I get my paper. I go to class and they've started. So I just sit down, join the discussion. And then she's like, okay, see you guys later. Or at least that's all I heard. So I left. And then I email her later. I'm like, oh, crap. I forgot to actually give you the paper that took forever to print. And she responds, and she's like, hold on, let me pull it up. I was so annoyed by this because I have a bad memory and bad hearing, and I'm just physically handicapped in every way. Let me tense for this. But she responded.
That just sounds uncomfortable.
You like it. She's like, yes, I collected them at the beginning of class and then made an explicit reminder at the end of class for those of you who came in late to turn them in before leaving. I was the only one who came in late and I did not hear this explicit reminder. That's all I'm saying, and it annoys me. And she also didn't say what that means for my grade. Like, do I turn in the paper next time I'm there? Is she just going to print off the online version? I've got no idea what the deal is. Upsetty, skitty. I had another teacher do a similar thing, too.
Oh, yeah. When you talked about papers and the fact that you don't write bad papers, that reminded me of something. A few days ago, I was looking through my Google Drive, uploading the podcast files, and you know what I found?
A paper.
From from all of our first semester in college, that one speech that you proofread for CJ and gave notes on and like flipped out on.
Yeah, it's because he asked me to proofread it. I gave him all my input, and he's like, "Oh," the whole time. Who does that? Like, why are you gonna even ask me if you're not gonna accept my input? It's the dumbest thing. But you found the paper?
I found it with all of your notes and all of your words.
Can you share it so we can talk about it? 'Cause I can probably remember what he. I know there was like a whole part
where you were like.
Did you actually read it?
Actually swearing. I didn't read. I read like your notes and like the things attached to them, like the parts of the paper.
The thing at the bottom where I responded. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I don't cuss like. I only cuss in writing when I'm very upset. And still, like, I wouldn't cuss at somebody normally. But CJ was just being the worst about this. It's like...
You cut out for, like, the last, like, 3 seconds. I thought you were dead.
I am dead. It's okay. I was just explaining that CJ was... It was a dumb situation. But, did you share it with me? I don't know how to work the internet.
Let's see. Shared with me.
Did I share it with you? I mean, dude, something's cutting out a lot, though. It's probably you, since I'm hooked into the mainframe.
It's called Easy Trigger.
Easy Trigger? That sounds like something I would name it. Oh, no. I've got a class in 20 minutes, but I want to continue this. We're going to continue talking for 10 minutes. I'm going to go to class, and then I think we're going to continue talking afterward. I'll edit it together.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird podcast.
I mean, rabbit holes. We just talk about what we want to talk about. So, let me see this share. Easy Trigger. Open. Here we go, guys.
Here, I'll open it too. I'll read it along with you.
Okay. Do you want to censor stuff, but read whatever I wrote, so that you have some talkie time? Read the top thing in red in the first asterisk.
Yeah. Wait, you want me to?
Yeah, I want you to.
Okay. Why? There's no cussing in there.
I didn't read it yet, but you haven't talked a lot. I always feel like I talk too much in these podcasts, so you're going to say some stuff.
What happened? CJ asked me to check what... for context, I'm pretty sure you shared this with me.
I shared it with him after CJ... just read this. I'm fairly sure it explains what happened.
Okay. What happened? CJ asked me to check what he had for his speech. He sent me the speech, the unmarked speech first. The marked speech is second. I will admit that all my markings are quick and not completely explained, but if you read them all or the surrounding stuff, they make sense. The marking on the second speech stopped because he started reading it and being dumb, parentheses, as he is. He said it was just what he came up with in his head and the finished product wouldn't look like this. I can't read. If that was the case, then why'd he give it to me to check? He kept not reading everything and pretty much just saying what I wrote was dumb. This was in all caps. This is one of the few times I have gotten triggered. I don't even get mad when arguing with you about washing laundry or dust on cars. But CJ just wasting my time and not even appreciating it gets me right into that.
I also sent this to Alex.
Oh yeah,
I just realized.
Any notes in the
that
asterisk?
Last statement was about him.
Any notes in asterisks are me explaining things to you. So there's two copies.
So this pretty much. Yeah, this reminds me of everything that would happen. I can explain it now. So he gave me a speech. I started writing stuff, and it was like a shared document or something. So he started reading as I was writing, and then stopped me, and kept saying that like he didn't want to implement anything I was saying, and that his excuse for not having a good speech was that he gave me a trash speech that he wouldn't turn in. And I was like, if you're going to give it to me to proofread and then tell me you're not going to do anything that I'm telling you to do, and that this wasn't even the document I should be proofreading, why did you give it to me? And the worst thing was, like, I was fully reading it and trying to help him as much as possible. There's so many goddamn notes. Like, if... Go to the bottom part. I'd say, like, 75% of the second copy of his stuff, which is the part that I edited, is red text, which is stuff that I told him that he should do, which means I thought 75% of what he was writing was doo-doo. So, and I'm going through all this effort, and then he just is like, yeah, that means nothing. I'm just going to rewrite this and not do anything you said, and what I put here means nothing. And it was just the most annoying thing to me. I was so upset. I was so very upset. Well, what's your opinion of it? I mean, I know you haven't seen it in a while, but
it's like, yeah, it is kind of just a waste of time.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I was doing something, and then he's like, hey, can you check this out? And then I sit there for like an hour, and then he cuts me off, and it's like, this is doo-doo. Oh my God, the bottom of it. I didn't look at the bottom yet. The bottom of it is me writing down what happened. CJ starts being dumb. F this, I have very good notes. You're not reading them all. Don't ask for my help if you're not going to accept it. This paper is garbage. CJ says that most of my notes are unnecessary because this is a speech manuscript, not a paper. F off. You can tell I'm triggered because I'm using caps and cursing. I put it's the same thing. He's pretty much saying, oh, this is just a speech. I have to have a general thing. But in our speech classes, like, it's a speech manuscript. You're supposed to write down all of your thoughts fully. And why would you turn in trash? Why like, it makes no sense. But that was his only excuse. Then he kept putting stuff, and it's like, you're dumb. They're the same thing. They both use English, unlike you, but English is stretched out. Oh, goodness. Thus, I got triggered, left, and decided to share my experience with you. Congratulations if you got this far. You have extreme patience. The main reason I share this is because it is physical proof that CJ is dumb, and that his personality, his brain, or both are flawed. Dude, I could not take this. I was so upset. You're just sitting there for an hour doing hard work. And he's like, oh, this is unnecessary. Oh. Oh, goodness. Ooh, I can rabbit hole this somewhere else. So, I have a class. I got like 5 minutes, and then I gotta go. But yeah, because of this next class. But separate comment. I have a class which is contemporary world forces, which I usually am not too much into history and politics, but I find this class more interesting than normal, and I try to pay attention, and I like it. But there's this one chick who always, every time she gets chosen, just talks too much and is just spouting nonsense. Have you ever heard someone from the speech team talk? Mm-hmm. They're told to talk like this so that everything they say feels awesome and like it has a point to it, and normally they're just talking like this for no reason. I find it annoying in general, but this woman talks like that every time she's called on in class, and she always is like, here's my life story. And every time I just sit there and my eyes roll to the back of my head, my eyelids close, and I'm like, I don't like this. Hold on. I'm gonna pull out my notebook really quick. Sometimes when I'm really angry, I just write down some of the stuff she says and like what I'm thinking about it. So hold on. Okay, I got the notebook. Time to flip it open. Like, I have my regular notes, and then on the margins, I just flip my book sideways and get triggered. Okay, I'm gonna start off with some things that she said, and then I'm going to. Yeah, that's what she said. I'm gonna tell you what I wrote about it. Okay. Donald Trump, to be frank, is an actor. That's the end of that quote. Next quote. Hey, can I have some soldiers? End quote. Next quote. Trump is one person. End quote. One of the points was that Trump is one person.
It's not a wrong statement. That's not a false statement at all.
I know, but there's no reason to say it. Just shut up. Next, I think it's the last quote I have. No, I got two more. Britain's attempting to implode right now. What in God's name? What are you trying to say here? Britain is... what does Britain's attempting to implode mean? Can you interpret that, Brayden?
No.
Exactly. it's just when I started writing stuff down of what she was saying, because I was like, Jonah wouldn't believe this. Trump believes he is the be-all, end-all of everything. That one is a little bit true, but at the same time, I don't need to hear it in like some mini speech you're giving in the middle of class.
Dude, one day you should go in with like...
just record it.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, it's illegal to record classes unless you ask. See, if I did it, I would only... Yeah, well, then I'd have to... you need to, like, have a reason. I need to go talk with somebody else and be like, I don't retain knowledge. Which, that would work for me, but I'm not going to.
We'll just break the law.
Just break the law. You see, if I did that, I would only be willing to show you not in recording. I couldn't just post that. But let's see what I've written. She's enunciating everywhere, which is what people do in speech team, because they're like, if I enunciate things, it'll sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's because speech is like acting.
It's supposed to be dramatized and like acting, but nobody talks like that in real life. And she's doing it. I put, she seems like someone who chose their major based on a teacher liking her. Like she went into history class and her teacher's like, you know what? You're really smart, and I like the way you talk. And then she just never stopped. But she's loud. She says way more than needed. I also wrote, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me.
Wait, where you sit in class, how close are you to this woman?
Oh, she's like 2 people away.
God.
Yeah. It doesn't matter because she talks like twice as loud as everybody else too.
Pause. I have written down what we were talking about last, which is Given's classmate stupid talker. That's exactly what I had written down.
Yeah. I was kind of scared I would lose my the role I was on, but I guess I can just kind of round off what the gist of it. She talks too much. She doesn't need to. And even the teacher has stopped calling on her as much. I don't know if it's because she raises her hand too often or because she talks too much, but it's slowly getting a little better.
She sounds like a... Wait, is this the class that you just came from?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Luckily, that would have been annoying. Actually, I would have had fresh material.
Right.
I just came back from practicum, which is just department stuff. They talk about...
Oh, yeah, CJ said that class is lame.
It usually is, but I like when they have guest speakers, which they had one today.
Wait, was CJ there?
Probably.
You should have talked to him about being on the podcast.
I'm sorry, I've been sitting next to my friend Blake recently. I didn't even look. I just yeeted into my seat while eating my breakfast.
What were you eating?
I was eating a roast beef sandwich. Yeah.
That's a good breakfast.
It did taste pretty good.
During my break, I made pancakes and watched some YouTube. That's basically it.
Is there anything on YouTube that's been happening recently that you want to talk about?
Let me look. One of my favorite YouTubers, YouTube channels, almost got deleted 3 times within the last month.
What channel was it?
It's called Harry Potter Folklore. And
how did they almost get deleted?
He went on DeviantArt and took a bunch of fan art pictures of Harry Potter characters and was using them without permission.
Oh, so it's copyright infringement?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he thank God he got them all got all the strikes, got them deleted.
I did not know people on DeviantArt were... I guess it makes sense. People do work and make that stuff, so...
And then he hired an artist to make art just for his videos, which is good.
Yes, that's good because it'll mean extra quality, more consistent stuff with it as well.
But dude, if his channel would have gotten deleted, I would be so upset. I'd actually be like...
I'm sorry. Yeah, you would have been sad if the channel was deleted.
Dude, I would have been inconsolable for at least 10 minutes.
At least 10. That's how it be sometimes. Dude, imagine if PewDiePie's channel got deleted. What would you do? I've been subscribed for so many years.
Me too, because that would mean that, like, first off, one of my favorite YouTubers would be gone, and then that would also mean that T-Series would rule.
Yeah. Okay, so to explain what just happened while you were talking, I was getting some dead skin off my feet, as I do regularly. Actually, this is a recent development. But either way, and my roommate went to throw away his plastic container from his dinner or something, and like the edge of it just slid all across my knuckle and gave it a little cut. It was surprising.
That's a
interesting story.
So
I guess stuff on YouTube that has been happening for me. I have been Jameson messaged me with some interest in vlogging. I can pull up the messages.
Dude, let's vlog.
I mean, you would need a vlog with him. But okay, let's not talk about that part.
What part?
No, you don't need to know.
It's about his Minecraft Roblox girlfriend.
Yep. Okay. So he puts, I want to get a GoPro so we can do vlogs together. Also, I would love for him to come down here and do stuff with me. That'd be dope. But so yeah, pretty much I was trying to tell him what type of stuff I thought he should get. So most of my YouTube last night was just we got 20 plus videos of me looking at different GoPro type cameras.
Wait, videos?
Yeah, I was watching videos about the cameras so I could, try to give my best input.
I thought you were making
a video 20 videos
of you looking at GoPros.
Oh, no. No, I was just watching videos of that. Which it was interesting because there's so many cameras out there and so many channels out there. You can't get a solid which one is the cheapest and the best that you can get. But I'm probably just going to tell him to get an Unreal 4K action camera or a Yeelight. Both of them have the option for 4K and image stabilization.
Isn't there at least a few years ago I saw a GoPro knockoff that was really good.
Yeah, these ones are if it has 4K, it's pretty dope. But yeah, that's what my last night's YouTube stuff was. And before that, let's see if there's anything specifically cool that I could talk about. Oh, I was listening to my podcast that I listen to, which is Gus and Eddie, and Eddie was talking about this video. It was this man flew to Japan just to make a cover of, or just to sing. Oh my God, I'm dying. This man flew to Japan to sing ABBA in a big cold river. And I like the video. It's nice. The edits are pretty simple and stuff, but the style of which he sings. Usually when I sing a song, I like to try to hit the words wherever the original singer did, because I feel like that's how I do it. But he put his own little spice into it, and he sang in his own way, and it was dope. I liked it a lot.
I spent my last night watching a lot of guitar covers, which is what I do a lot.
I was about to say it sounds like regular Brayden stuff.
I was watching a lot of Good Mythical Morning actually last night.
It's been a few this week since it's been so busy. I haven't watched too much of that. I was listening to the podcast
I've been watching
out in the snow when I was waiting to get that lease thing. Go for it.
I've been watching this one channel called Oversimplified, which makes videos about historical events or people, but oversimplified, very simple.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the American Revolution, Hitler, World War II, all that stuff, oversimplified. Because that's just cool.
I mean, yeah, it's I'm guessing it's got a little bit of comedic twists to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's it's got some comedic styling, and you're also getting information, but you're not getting so much that it becomes boring. It's a nice style of video. Yeah, the rest of my YouTube
a lot of
history
videos.
is pretty much random stuff. I I guess I could Fortnite.
watching more
Fortnite's
KSI.
been doo-doo recently. I haven't played. I think I've played 3 times since I've been back because they like updated it, and now my FPS is just poo-poo. Even my internet was poo-poo. I was watching a clip of me yesterday. I have like 17 ping, and you can like very visibly see the delay at which I click to build, and then it doesn't, and then it builds. I was like, this is some incredibly low ping, but Fortnite's like, oh, no, that means nothing here. I really don't understand it, but hopefully they'll fix that. Because I do want to play. I do love the game.
Dude, I was just thinking that, like, if, like, me, you, and Jameson and CJ all hang out in Peoria for a day, like, the videos we could make would be endless.
That's one thing. I feel like whenever you come, like, you want to hang out, you, like, always, like, time to make a video. Which is odd since, you know, I'm the YouTuber. But I do like it, so.
Because, well, making videos is fun.
Yeah, it's, like, a fun thing to do. It gives you something to do. And, like, also content. So, I mean, not too many negatives.
Speaking of
to it.
videos.
Your video? I
yeah,
have the editing software up right now. I started to edit it. Let's see. I'm 10 seconds. Is this 10 seconds or 10 minutes? Let's find out. I'm 10 seconds. I need to zoom out. I'm very not that far into the video. Yep, I'm 15 seconds into editing.
I downloaded DaVinci Resolve and it's very slow.
That's just your computer. Just being honest with you. The thing was about the video, I don't want to post it right now. Your video, even if I edited it and had it ready, because I'm a gaming channel. I like playing games. And while I do like having other types of videos, like recently it's been majority like not. So I still want to have a gaming video before it, and then I would post it, and then preferably a few afterwards before I do another type like that.
You say it's my video, but yet we're both in it.
I know, but it's the video you're asking me to post, so you know that's just why I worded it that way. It's just like I like what I do, and I like when we do stuff together, but I feel like because if I have a chance to post a lot of videos, it would probably be gaming stuff. I don't feel like it's fair to somebody who came across the channel to be like, oh, this is the channel where Lex Talionis and the Brayrito 89569 just meme about, if that's like not what actually my channel consists of, you know. So I'm a little I don't know what's the word. Hesitant. Thank you, Jonas in the background being my producer. It's all good, guys. Don't worry about it.
Gang.
Yeah, so I was just a little hesitant about posting it. I had like one video that could have been a video, but like I had my in-game mic on. I was playing Team Rumble, which is just a bunch of killing, respawning and killing in Fortnite, and I died 0 times and got 12 kills, which is a good KD. Like that would be a nice amount of kills for a regular game of Fortnite. But when there's 20 enemies having the chance to kill you and respawning all the time, like that's a pretty good like thing to have. A 12 KD in a 20v20 game mode. So I was proud of it, and I was like, oh, this could be a video. And I go back to edit it, and because I had my voice chat on and I had a teammate who had a really quiet mic, like half the video is me just trying to listen to them, and like I barely know what they're saying. And I was like, I can't post that. I was disappointed because that was like the one video I could have. Yeah.
Dude, we should. You want to make a video out of that? What's it called? Rebel Forces game.
Which one is that? I know recently I deleted a game, but I mean.
Did you? It was that one. It wasn't like the highest quality game, but it was okay.
I was like, there's one really low quality game that I deleted because I was like, I'm not playing that one again. But I can check really quick. I like this video is more like, it's more of us just talking because like we're pulling up different documents and we're just talking about stuff, you know? That's nice. Let me see my library, my games. Rebel Forces. It's deleted. I'm sorry. No, I have other free games.
Even though I haven't played it since.
Yeah, I haven't played it since either. I'm like,
last.
I really don't want to play it again, so I just hit that delete button. There's some game I tried playing on stream and it was absolutely doo-doo. I had to delete it immediately. Let's see. What else? What rabbit holes can we dive into?
I don't know.
Got like another 10 minutes. 10 minutes in me before I gotta go eat lunch, so. Let's see. Is there anything else in class? Like, just think of like some things that annoy you. Like, because if there's anything recently that's been like that, you've got something to talk about and you can branch off of that, So, I mean,
what annoys me
is you, Given. Get out of this podcast. It's mine.
I mean, sometimes everyone annoys each other. Sometimes that's just the beauty of life.
Yeah.
What annoys me? Most things annoy me, honestly.
I mean, talk about it. Explain why,
Here's one thing. Doing things that other people say that they're going to do and don't. Like, around the house.
Yeah. See, I guess I was going to say I don't really have to deal with that now. Me and Jonah, we're like 2 peas in a pod of 5 peas. Because that's how pods work. I'm trying to tell you. Jonah just asked me what the prompt was, but I feel like if he wants to talk, he has to join the podcast, so he doesn't get to talk. Get wrecked.
Nerd.
Either way.
Tell him I called him a nerd.
He'd be down to do the next one, though. I was going to say, when I'm back at home with the parents, my house, nobody does anything. So, I mean, right. I understand what that is, but normally I don't have to, do it for them. I keep my area clean, and they continue making the other areas dirty, so I'm just like, you guys...
Like when someone says they're gonna, do the dishes.
I'd say dishes and laundry are the ones that are always... Because, I can't eat unless there's clean dishes. I can't do my laundry if there's somebody else's in there, so... Yeah, it is kind of...
I do my own laundry, so...
I know, I do my own laundry, too, but if somebody has left their stuff in the washer or dryer...
Oh, I hate
exactly.
That. It's no, literally, sometimes I will go to wash my clothes, not look in the dryer, open the dryer, and see that there are wet clothes in there after my clothes are done washing. And so I'll have to dry the crap that's in there, and then... The thing is, if I'm drying other people's clothes... I'll dry them to the point to where, you can't really wear them, but they're dry enough, and I'll just take them out.
What a mean joke. Yeah, you didn't actually do your stuff.
It's not a joke.
No, I know, but it's like a joke on whoever left their stuff there. You didn't do the rest of your stuff. Some make it so realistically, you still have to do it, but, it wasn't too much of my fault. Yeah. I think honestly, that was funny.
These are facts.
These are the big facts. I guess the most recent little pet peeve type thing I've had is I go in to the bathroom on my dorm to go bathroom, and then I wash my hands and I go to dry my hands, and to do that I have to walk past the door. And I dry my hands off, and then I have to continue walking farther away from the door to throw away the paper towel because the trash is located farther away. And, if I don't want to be staying in the bathroom forever, so those 2 extra steps annoy me. It's like a really...
It's literally... Okay, if it would have been 10 feet away, I would have understood.
No.
It's 2 feet.
It's not even that bad. It's just... It's like... Why wouldn't you just put the trash can right underneath the paper towels? It's I have to step away from the door and put it in. Especially if I'm running there during a stream or something. It's toss it over there. It's I'd have to say it's probably the least important pet peeve I've ever had. But every time I go to dry my hands, I'm like, God dang it. Why? And even if I move the trash can, when they re-put the bags back in, they put them back farther away from the door. And I'm like, They're listening to this podcast. They know what they're doing.
Honestly.
So, any other pet peeve type thing? I mean, just anything. Anything you want to talk about. We are rabbit holing, and we're on a roll. I got that.
We could talk about the future.
The future
of this podcast.
You know what? That's an interesting thing to talk about. I mean, I've got some input.
Because what do we want this podcast to be? How many subscribers do we have?
I think we have 3. I can go check. I'm too busy laughing. Hold on.
Dude, you gotta plug the podcast in your stream all the time.
Okay, do you really think people watching my gaming video... We got 8 subscribers. Do you think people watching my gaming videos are going to be like, yeah, this is it. I want to listen to these idiots talk without the gameplay to keep my mind busy. I don't even have enough people. I think maybe 3 people would come over to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, you know what? That's 3 other people.
And that's only if I plugged it in a video.
Yeah, we'll plug it in a video.
Mabes. Yeah, I want to check out the views on it really quick. 2 views, 4 views, 4 views, 11 views, and then the first one, which you plugged to people, 23 views. So, I guess one thing we could talk about with the podcast is you didn't like the background, but you didn't really have anything else to put in it. Or you said that we should put in the black sound wave thing that is the profile picture, and I thought that was a bad idea.
I think that's a good idea.
I think it's Hey, Jonah, come give me your input. Okay, hop in frame. Crouch down. There we go. Thanks, babes. Okay, so right now we've got this cloudy background as the background while we're talking, and he wants this black picture with the sound waves to be the background.
I like the clouds.
He likes the clouds. We are done here.
It looks dramatic.
I feel like my image is a still image, but it's like real life, and it kind of matches. Like that could be a scene that sits there for a second before the clouds have moved dramatically. But yours is like they just stuck something in the background. Like I took the time to take that picture, and it's a nice picture. I did.
Did you actually take that
I
picture?
did take that picture. It's my picture. There's even a story.
Dude,
I can rabbit hole into this story, but you go first.
Wait, dude, hold on real quick. We have the logo now. We just need to make it.
Yeah, I can do that in like 2 seconds.
Well, then do it, B.
Okay, maybe I will. My week's been busy, But okay. I guess we can.
Okay, tell your story.
I did. First, because you brought up the logo, I was going to. You gotta stop sending me stuff over Snapchat.
I sent it to you. Did I put the logo in Discord?
I think you might have put the original one in, but I think you put the updated, better versions of it in Snapchat. Can you just explain what the logo is right now to people? And I guess tell me what you're thinking of how it should be, and I can tell you what I'm thinking of how it should be.
Well, I'm not looking at it. It's like...
Well, pull it up.
Well, it's on my phone, and my phone's recording.
You know what? I didn't think about that. I'll explain it. Don't worry, babes.
Yeah, if you could look at it, you explain it.
I can, because I have a gaming setup. B. Okay, messages with unnamed person that I'm not going to say the name of out loud. Okay, so right now it looks like the number 2, but how is that
Roman numerals?
No, it's not Roman numerals. Yeah, it is. You're right. So it's the number 2 right now.
Uh-oh.
It's I don't know, it's hard to explain. I guess I could just shove it on the screen for a second.
Given we have a problem.
What's happening? Is your phone dying?
No, I ran out of storage.
Listen, just stop it, and we'll just keep talking. If you can get some stuff deleted while I'm talking, then good for you. Otherwise, no face for the rest for you. I feel like this logo, it has some intro qualities to it. Since it's such rectangular pieces, I could really easily make them move in and have an animation as they come on screen, which would be nice. But at the same time, I feel like as a still logo, it's hard to tell that the idea of this is an I and a T. So I feel like it looks nice, but it doesn't fit for what we need it for.
I like it.
No, I like it. It's just like it doesn't look like an I and a T, and it's idiots talking. So your opinion means nothing.
I still have the video.
Yeah, I'm guessing you do. You'd have to just delete other stuff. Like if you still have the other videos, delete those.
No, I don't have those videos anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. Because I can just tell this story about the picture on our background, and then we can end it.
Okay, yeah.
Since I do have to eat lunch soon anyway. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it anymore. No video for the rest of me.
Forever. He's never gonna record himself again. Okay, so the picture. I live on the same country block as a church, so the church never keeps their they have a crappy rope for their flag pole. It's like, if they want to take the flag down or put it up, they have a really crappy rope, and they would just have to pay a little bit more to get a better rope, or every so often replace the crappy rope. But instead they just let it break, and they're like, hey Alan, which is my dad, can you replace this rope? And so it was his second or third time replacing it. He's like, hey, can you come help me, because it was really cold out, and we had to bring one a truck and then two a van with a bucket on it, so it has an arm with a bucket at the end, so I could lift him up to the flag, and the truck so that just in case the van broke down, since we only use it for the bucket. Anyway, and so we get there and we're doing that, and it's super cold. I just look past the flagpole, and it's just a really nice country scene, and all the clouds are coming out all dramatic and it all looks cool, and I'm like, picture time. And I took the picture, and then a few days later you're like, hey, want to start a podcast? And I'm like, I'm just gonna use this picture. It feels like it matches up nicely. And that's the story.
I feel like if we could find another picture.
I mean, I feel like just a nice picture of nature is always gonna be the best.
Why though?
Why is a black background with one colorful squiggly line better?
Because it's the podcast is sound, you listen to it, and
yes, Brayden, which would make sense as a logo, but when you're watching a video version of a podcast, why would you need to enforce that it was sound when you want to enforce that it's video?
What is the relevance of the clouds?
Oh, the clouds have no relevance. It's just I think a real picture in the background should be nice, since we have real live video of us happening. Wouldn't it make sense to try to match that? I feel like having this digital sound wave file image thing doesn't match it, and it wouldn't look good. Also, I don't think the image is that big, but I mean,
that's not the only thing on you that's not that big.
Okay, just because it's 4 centimeters.
Given, I've seen the picture. Okay.
Oh, you can't do that. I know you love teasing that image, and you want me to post that image, but I can't. You can explain the image really quick.
No, I'm not going to explain it. It's a mystery.
Well, you just told them that it wasn't something about 4 centimeters, and now you're just making it seem like I don't have a penis. I don't like where this is going, but you know what? I think this is a great place to leave it. Nobody will ever know.
Is it? All right, then.
Hit me with an outro, Brayden.
All right. We want to thank you so much for listening to, or in this case, watching the Idiots Talking podcast. And we want you to tell your friends about it, subscribe, comment what.
Guys, give us your input in the comments of the different things we're talking about. For the background, I think that's the only thing. But if there is anything else, pop it in the comments.
Yeah, just yeet it down there. We need some input. We need to know what is up, so we could better this podcast. Oh wait, Given, we need to connect it to the viewers' lives.
Connect it to the viewers, guys. If you have an annoying person in your class, just write mean things in part of your notebook.
Yeah, these are facts.
I feel like this one was a bit rambly for for, Oh, I was going to say for me to bring something to the viewers, but I guess since my week was so packed and everything, if you have a packed week, just try to, rationalize everything. Don't dwell on, like, oh, I have to do this and this and this next. Just, like, try to be prepared for it and take it as it comes. Because I had, like, 8 things I needed to do this week, and then my weekend, I was pretty dead because of a 24-hour animation challenge and then the Super Bowl. Oh, we didn't talk about the Super Bowl.
I did nothing.
It doesn't matter. Nope, we're done with the podcast. But either way, if you have a packed week or anything and you got a schedule to keep up, just don't overthink it. Do your best on it. You'll be good.
Thank you for listening, watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. Share it with your friends. Love everyone. Be nice to everyone. Spread kindness in other people's hearts, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.
See ya.